What's up, sippers, and welcome back to another cup of conversation,
where we have conversations worth having.
I'm your host, T.
And I'm your girl, Chit Chat Coco.
And welcome to 2026.
Yes, welcome to 2026, y'all.
We made it this far, episode 95. I just want to start the episode off by saying a few facts that I found out about podcasting while I was just listening to podcasts over the break.
Okay.
And Charlamagne had said something that was real lucrative to podcasting. And he was like, everybody can podcast. You just have to have something to say. Mm-hmm. And on top of having something to say, you have to show up consistently. And I just want to give us a hand clap for, baby, if we ain't got the award or nothing else, we got the award of consistency around here. Like, we going to keep some content once a week, every week. We not going to miss a week, even if it's some exclusive content that y'all might not have seen. And we use it's shit tons of content we got that everybody might not have seen. Yeah. Like, so we gonna keep it coming. If we don't do nothing else, we gonna keep it coming.
Yeah, we've been keeping it coming.
Yeah. But how you feeling? How you dealing? How we gonna start it off this year?
I'm feeling what is the word I want to use? I'm feeling determined. I'm feeling like things are gonna go my way.
Yeah.
Like, not even my way, but the way they need to go. Like,
and that sounds right for the season. That's a good beginning of the year aura that people usually carry around with them, like very determined at the beginning of the year. So,
and I will say, I think I normally don't feel like this at the beginning of the year. I normally don't go in, like, you know how we would do all of these things that we say we're gonna do at the beginning of the year. I ain't gonna lie, for probably the past few years, I have not done like the things that I said I was gonna do in a way I said I was gonna do. It might have happened, but it wasn't like this is my goals. This is the first time in a long, long time, probably ever really, if I'm really being honest about it, that I have ever sat down, wrote my goals down, put a date on my goals, and didn't just say, oh, I want to learn how to drive, and then that's a date. No, like, I'm breaking it down. How do I learn how to drive?
Yeah.
Like, I need to.
So this week I need to be doing this to learn how to drive. That week I need to be doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've been doing I know how to drive. Yeah. I'm just saying it's an example. Yeah. But like, I've been doing it to all my goals. I started an actual 12-week calendar, and literally before Monday, tomorrow, I have done the first week of January. I have done what I said I was going to do as it pertains to like a few of my goals. So come
on. Congratulations for the good things that we, the good resolutions, even if it ain't just like a set doing what everybody else do, like, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds before August. Like, we learning more realistic ways to do these things.
To have goals. Yeah. So how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I would say that I'm feeling determined too, but like you said, I didn't really give myself no set, like, in 8 months, I need to have this going on. I've just literally been doing the same thing that I've been doing for the last quarter of 2025 was really just structuring and putting things in order to accomplish the bigger goal.
Right.
I'm having a goal, but I'm breaking it down, like, to make it make sense. Like, with the dispatching business that I started, and I'm just trying to find, especially once you get into business, you find little things that you didn't know you needed to do. So I'm just correcting all those things before I go on to something bigger.
Right.
Correcting all those little things. Even with the podcast, we're correcting those little things before we take the next big step, which we are, we've been planning our campaigns and doing what we need to do for this year, but we still filling in those blanks.
Right.
So I'm feeling determined. I feel like we hitting the goalpost. Like, I feel like we doing it in a very grown aspect now. Like, at first it felt like just throwing shit against the wall, trying to see what'll work. But now I feel like it's more intentional. And that's kind of what we've been trying to get to this whole time. So
yeah, most definitely.
Let's slide into our first segment. This is the cup of controversy for the week. I know last year we gave y'all a little spill of the week, which kind of got a little taken aback, wishy-washy for us because of the way we record. So I just want to do cup of controversy because that's my thing. That's my thing. Y'all know I love a good tea. And that was another thing Charlamagne said on that episode of Poor Mom. They was like, do you still feel messy? And he was like, everybody messy. I want y'all this year to look yourself in the eye and start telling yourself the truth about, even if it's bad things that you enjoy. You enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't the best thing for your life. Yes. It might not be the best thing for your life, or you might see yourself as being more, I'm better than that. I'm holier than that. You know, I go to church now. I ain't supposed to do stuff like that. And I feel like that too.
Right.
But sometimes it just gets away from us. The earthly things, the worldly things get away from us. Right. You ain't perfect. You ain't God. Even though you trying to walk that path and do what you got to do. So I'm going to get a little miss while I still got it in me. Because, baby, it might not be in me in 6 months. Who knows?
Right.
But this week I wanted to talk about something else they said about Wendy Williams on that episode. She was saying that she basically feels like this is God's way of... she didn't use karma. She was just like, I just feel like this is God. The reason I'm in this position I am now.
Really?
Yes. And that's what Charlamagne said. He was like, I never heard her speak on God, like, ever. In his whole existence of knowing her. And you know, he kind of grew up under her. So he been knowing her for a long time. He was like, I've never heard her speak on God. But he was like, just a lot of people get lost in these spaces trying to keep up with their audience or give their audience what they want. And sometimes you conform, and not even knowingly, you conform with the topic for the week, or, you know, you might say something, and we on these mics a lot. So you might say something that you might necessarily not feel like that in a month or 2 months or whatever. Right. And I think that's kind of what's catching up with her. And so
time keep moving. Yes, that you don't get to realize that you don't feel like that no more. You need to address that or say something.
Yes, and I never went back and said, oh, you know what? Let me change that. Right. I do feel what so-and-so was saying, or I feel the different side of the argument. I just didn't see that at that moment. And I think she's getting a lot of those. I didn't see that at that moment.
But do you think there's room for that in this space? In this space and the radio space, I guess. Do you think there's room for that?
For conforming?
No, for being able to retract something. Because I feel like, especially once something is clickbait already.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it would hurt you probably more to kind of go back. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
I think it's room for it when it really offends somebody. Okay. When you feel morally wrong, you don't gotta, and not even just on somebody else's, feelings about it. However, it makes you feel in the long run. Like if you get down the line and you feel like, all right, I don't want to feel like that type of person. Like I don't want to feel like a mean girl. I don't want to feel like a bitch. I don't want to feel like. So that's the part where I feel like a lot of people clean up. But we gonna say, we just talked about being consistent on here. We gonna be on these mics a lot, and we gonna say a lot of stuff that people might like and people might not like. So we ain't gonna have time to go clear up everything. But I feel like the things that may have unknowingly hurt somebody you love, or, unknowingly kind of like compromised your morals or what you really think about things.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was a good topic to bring up. And I wanted to ask, do you ever feel like sometimes it can turn into conforming when you sitting in here trying to understand different sides of the debate, or, we don't agree on a lot. And we might have a guest up here that we might not agree with, but do you ever feel like it's conforming? Like Fave said when you was like, Coco over there talking about some, when they said, not all men should be on social media, and Coco, you was over there, what you said? Or you said something like,
oh, that's a good point.
That's a good point.
That's a good perspective or something.
He said, Coco over there talking about something, that's a good perspective. They're like,
well, I think what I am realizing in myself, regardless of inside the podcast or not, I have to be open to other people's perspective, because
whether you agree or not.
Whether I agree or not, right. I have to be open to it and listen to it, because you could become a horrible person also being so close and thinking that only your perspective is the only perspective.
Right.
So I think I try to make space and be intentional about, because me, I die on a hill, so I be trying to be like, and then I never want nobody to feel like, why did you bring me on here if I wasn't going to be able to give my perspective? Because that's initially what we bringing them on here for. We not bringing them on here to say what we saying. You know what I'm saying? So I think I just always want to make sure that people have their voice or whatever. Now, will I walk away agreeing with it or not? No. I think even like the time me and Ricky had that back and forth we had, like, I feel like that was healthy. Like, I feel like he had some valid points, and I feel like I don't know where he is today and how he feels about that, but I think that I might have said something that made him rethink about it, or, just think about it, period. And even if he did anything with it or not. So I think I don't never feel like I'm conforming, because you can change my mind. If you change my mind and I agree and I'm like, okay, then that's cool. But I don't never think it's conforming because I ain't doing shit just because everybody else doing it.
Right. And I can agree to that. I don't take that from your character. But I also can say that being on this couch and having those moments where you don't feel like you totally agree with, especially somebody that you invited on here, it can feel like you wanna kind of coddle them a little bit and be like, oh yeah, I feel you. But I think being on this couch kind of teaches you ways to disagree with in a journalistic aspect almost. Like you can disagree and it don't sound like we up here arguing.
I started laughing while you were saying that because I was thinking like in my head how I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When y'all be coming up on here, I'll be like, don't bring their ass back up on here no more.
No, for real. We done said that. I won't even lie. We didn't have to say that a couple times. But like,
because
I think we just learning. Yes, because some people, I mean, I ain't gonna get on the fact that people sign up for shit that they ain't even put their foot in.
Right.
You ain't even tried to talk this out in the mirror to your damn self yet.
Exactly.
But I think it does get to a point where you just have to learn how to have healthy banter, especially if you're gonna be on the mics and you're gonna be somebody that you hope people looks up to for information. You ain't gonna always be right.
Yeah.
But you gotta learn how to hold them and when to fold them, and how to go back and forth with people without trying to belittle they perspective,
Yeah, and not even belittle them, but and then I think sometimes when it get personal, that's when you gotta let it go.
Yes.
We was just talking about this. Now you talking about my mama and my husband, like now you doing too much.
Or they might be saying something that you feel like
it's
that's coming.
Yeah.
That's coming from within. Like somebody but what about the time? What if they do X, Y, Z? Like, nah, that's just happening in your house.
Right.
Because I don't know nobody going through that shit.
Right. I just told you that last week. So now you talking, okay.
No, for real.
Bet, bitch. No.
No, for real. This couch can get a lot, okay?
No,
it can get a lot on this couch.
No, but moving forward, soft life versus survival mode. And I like this topic. When I seen it, I really wanted to talk about this because I get a lot of flack, and we talked about this a little bit at my birthday party. Y'all, I had a birthday party.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
I should have talked about that and how we feeling, how we doing it. Yes. But anyways, I'll talk about that later. But we talked about I was saying how we started the conversation off about how men, however they see their mom, is kind of how they want you to show up in a way, especially a lot of men that are not healed from, certain things in their childhood or whatever. But for instance, I spoke on how I'm an advocate for soft life. I'm an advocate for women being damsel in distress and being a Superman to me and all of the things. And I've talked about this before, so y'all know. But when you have a partner or you are around other people, even friends, if your friends like, shit, I got it out the mud, if ain't nobody feeling sorry for you, like, I don't want you around me. Like, I'm letting you know now, because I feel like it should not be looked at as a soft life should not be looked at as like this lazy or you don't want nothing out of life type of image. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's a privilege or you think it's something that we owe to ourselves?
It's something we owe to ourselves, because this is what I look at soft life as. I don't look at soft life as like you don't do nothing in this world. You just da-da-da-da. I look at soft life as constantly regulating your nervous system, protecting your nervous system.
Yeah.
Like if we really sat back and looked at it as that point, I think everybody should live a soft life. Yeah. Nobody should have to
even
live
men.
Even men. Nobody should have to live with their teeth gritted at all times or their shoulders up at all times, and like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that we look at this soft life as one person getting the advantage and the other person not.
Yeah.
When really we can all cultivate that for our own self and then in return give it to other people.
Yeah.
So I know in life sometimes you do have to be in survival mode because of certain decisions you have to make in order to get to certain places you want to be.
Right.
But sometimes even in that, you are allowed to regulate your nervous system and protect it and go through things how you want to go through things, and the ease of going through it for you, whatever that ease looks like, because your ease might not be my ease.
Right.
So I think a lot of people are proud of being strong, and sometimes,
especially in our community,
yes,
it's a show off to kind of flex the fact that, oh, I'm a black woman and I can do X, Y, and Z and I don't need X, Y, and Z. I kind of think that that's it's a hinder. Like we talked about being too independent or being overly needy. It has to be some kind of balance because
we look at it as a positive and a negative instead of a being, just a being.
Yes, instead of just what it is. And a lot of people don't know how to, because they don't know how to separate. You know how they, like we were just talking about how black women supervisors kind of sometimes make that role their lives. You have so many aspects of your being and your life, from spiritual to physical fitness to your mindset to what you put in your body and what you're teaching your kids and how you want people to see you. You have so many different pieces. You can't get caught up into one little aspect of your life.
Right.
So that's why when you said regulating your nervous system, you can get overwhelmed trying to be your best self.
Yeah.
And it's all with good intention. Yeah. It's all with the right thing in mind. But you will still could end up being a bad person because you're not regulating your nervous system and you're not giving yourself that time to adjust to each segment
of your life.
Yeah, each segment, like
of your day, not even your life, just your day.
Of your day, every day.
So so think back, when did being tired become like a badge of honor? Like, I ain't been sleep out. Hey, shit, I been getting out the mud. When did that become a badge of honor? What time or what made that? I
could say I can't speak for everybody else because somebody gonna be like, oh girl, they been doing this, but I could say like 1920 for me. 18, 19, 20. I'm telling you, early, like...
Oh, age. I thought you were saying the year 1920.
I'm like, girl, 18, you don't even 19 know or 20. No. Girl, hell no.
Okay.
Around that age is where I was thinking, okay, now it's time to go. I wasn't thinking how we said we should have been thinking, like, let's take risk. That's what I should have been thinking. I was thinking, like, what am I going to do to get to the next level? Not taking a risk, not doing
how can I learn something?
Yeah, learning something. Yeah. It was more so like grind it out. And I think that came from a lot of different things, from the music, you know, the culture, our cultural music. I don't get tired. You know what I mean?
Racks on racks.
Yes, they hyping us up. Oh yeah, it's time to go. Like our parents just not knowing how to get out of their 9-to-5 financial struggles and stuff like that.
And us feeling like the more we did, we would be out of it.
Yes. Oh my God, I seen a girl make a TikTok. It was like, bro, I don't see how we still in this rat race because we always feel like the more we do, the closer we'll get, but it don't seem like we getting no closer. And I was just talking to somebody else about, like, I'm getting a raise this year and, I get my yearly raise and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm going to still be making the same amount as the next you know what I mean? Like, when the checks come out, it look like we still all in the same race. Yes. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Are you resting? Okay, so another thing that I practiced very well to the T this break that I had was to rest, like really rest, like not do nothing. Almost to where you thinking like you a lazy ass bitch. But really I was resting, like, because I thought about the fact that I get up every day about 6 a.m., go to work all day. My job, as much as people like to say, oh, teachers, all we do is sit at a desk. They say that about anybody sitting at a desk. Not your seat. That's the motto in teaching. In my school district, you teach from your feet, not your seat. And so we always thinking, even the thinking part
of it, that's tiring.
That's tiring. So I was very adamant about, I'm resting. Don't ask me to cook. Don't ask me to do nothing. All that. Oh, we gotta hurry up and clean up before the new year. I don't give a damn because my new year start Monday. But anyway, do you think, are you resting because you're healed or crashing because you're depleted when you rest nowadays? Like when you're resting, do you think it's because you depleted or it's because you healed and hey, take a seat?
I would say a little bit of both. Like some days I do run out of energy and I'm just like, okay, my body won't even let me get up off this couch, even if I wanted to. But then some days, I'm like cognitively thinking, sit the fuck down. Okay. And even when I am sitting down and resting, my mind still kind of be like, oh, what needs to be done. I have to kind of like ignore it a little bit.
Right.
And just sit in what I know I need to be doing. Because like you said, over the break, I did a lot of that. I did a lot of resting, but my mind was telling me, oh, look on the load board, do this, do that. And I'm like, I'm checking for this dispatch and stuff. And I'm like, bro, it's the holidays. They ain't sending out no money right now. Right. Everybody else off.
Right, everybody off.
So relax, take that break. But I think a lot of people, more times than not, like the rest of society, use that. They have the depleted kind of energy. Like they just work so much. I remember my best friend, I tried to call him like 2 days in a row one time, and I was just like, what the hell happened to you? And he was just like, oh, girl, I had literally been asleep for like 12 hours. He was like, because from work to, he had some family issues and all this other stuff. He was like, and he was planning something too. And he was like, I just feel like I've been using all my energy. And again, that ain't just physical energy. That's mental energy. Like, you mentally thinking all day is exhausting. I hate when people try to dumb our work down to, oh, you just sitting at a desk or whatever. Yeah. I have to think all day. And the more I grow up, the more I understand why those like white men buy like the closet full of all the same things.
Yeah, so you don't have to think about it.
You ain't got to think about what I got to wear today. I'm wearing a white tee and some khaki fucking pants. Exactly. Like, I ain't got to think about that. Like, and I know a lot of people starting to do that. Like, making it easy like that. From food to wardrobe to anything.
Yeah. And I also don't think about the mental rest that the emotional rest that we need, because we don't realize that when we doom scrolling and scrolling on social media,
we taking
in a lot of emotional, like even like thinking about the guy and his girl, the guy that got over the Christmas break.
Over the heat or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. That kind of like made me emotional, because I'm like looking at all the videos, his people posting about him, like, it's almost like I knew him. Yeah. You know, and so I'm feeling kind of sad about, and I didn't even know this man. So even that part of the emotional going all the time that we don't even realize, you're not even dealing with your own people. You not to think about your own man that's going to come home and say X, Y, and Z, or your child or your friend. Right. You got people you don't even know for real that you mourning or feeling a way about. You know what I'm saying? But this is one question I wanted to ask you. Who would you be? No, it's two of them, really. I ain't gonna lie. I really like both of these. Okay. And I know we gotta wrap it up, but what part of your personality only exists because you've been in survival mode? What part of your personality?
I would say you know how you kind of applaud me for being like the organized, but now I ain't gonna say be here on time, because Braxton probably sitting behind that damn camera like, on time when. But look, I was earlier than Coco though. But like that kind of like the organized structure, I think that comes from a trauma of not wanting to fail, not wanting to fuck up, not wanting to let down myself, because I'm probably like the biggest critic. So I would say that part of my personality, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, you know, at times, but it could be both. But that part, I mean, I take the good with the bad. I know when I kind of start getting I ain't gonna say no, always no, but I'm starting to get a sense of when I'm doing too much. It'd be times where I'd be like, let me call Coco and see if she'll be ready for this day to do this, that. And I'd be like, I could answer most of them questions myself. I'm gonna just see if she'll be ready for this. You know what I mean?
Like, I will say that it has been so much easier with your new identity, because I used to tell my mama, Ma, T be asking me, she was like, Krista, everybody is not, and I'd be like, but why would she ask me that? Like, she could have figured that out. But now she is doing better.
We learning as we go.
I would say mine is thinking everybody should not have excuses. I think that is part of my personality that I feel like
it is. I can see that. Because you like, shit, you know now. Yeah. Why you ain't doing it?
Right.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, and I think that comes from being in survival mode and being that way with myself. Like, telling myself, well, you know, so you got to do right.
Right,
you gotta
do better
because you know now. So I think that part of my personality, I hate to be like that, but my friends really can't vent to me. Like, it's better now. I think I'm getting a little more better with just listening and just not giving a solution all the time, but giving a solution and saying this is what you got to do is part of me being in survival.
So the main thing I like about you with that, because I have a friend that does that too, but I don't like when he does it because he doesn't really apply it to himself too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't let other people do that, but you won't let yourself do that either.
Right.
And he call it excuses too when other people do it, but when it's his turn, it's like, oh, but I did have a lot going on. Like, you know what I mean? It's that time you're supposed to understand.
Yeah.
You're supposed to understand now, give a little grace. You know what I mean? But I'd be like, that's a little hypocritical, friend. You got to learn how to do both. You know what I mean?
You got to, and I think that part of that for me, why it might not be that way for me, it's because of my pride that I have. And I don't want you to be able to say, well, bitch, you don't do. When I get ready to talk my shit, I want to be able to talk my shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like that too. I like to make it a clear line before I walk across that motherfucker. Like, I don't want to say this. And you be like, bitch, you do that too.
Exactly.
That's another reason I stopped like trying to not necessarily call you. I be like, Coco ain't made no reels this week. But I start asking myself, what's here? Well, Tia, what'd you do?
Baby, I didn't do nothing this week. I ain't gonna lie. What'd you do? When you told me, when you texted me talking about I made some reels, I knew you was on my ass already by just saying you made some reels. This bitch telling me she made some reels and I'm supposed to make the reels. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I've been in this bitch funky in the motherfucking this bed. You know what I mean? So, look, I ain't did no. I said I'm on break from work and this motherfucking podcast.
Look, I already knew I was gonna make the reels because we was just throwing shit against the wall right there. We didn't get in like we wanted to. We were trying to look.
Let me go. I'm gonna post them hoes, but guess what?
And that was your job. That was in your job description. I got to do it.
I ain't get to make none. But last one, who would you be if you didn't have to stay strong all the time?
Ooh.
What person would T be? Y'all
would see a softer, girlier T. Because I feel like I'm getting more into that now. Like, even my boyfriend is starting to notice. I don't tell y'all this because it's kind of embarrassing. Because he be calling me like a little dude, like a young man. Like, he really think I act like a boy.
You do, T.
I do. I know I do.
I can see it changing now, though.
Yeah.
But from when I first met you, he knew you before me.
Yeah.
So I could see him seeing the evolution of.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I can say I do. Because I'm one of them people that's like, can you take out the trash? Oh, you ain't take that motherfucker out? Let me go. Like, I'm a swoop that.
Not me. You ain't take out the trash. How funky can it get in this bitch?
Look, we're going to see how high it can stay. Tetris.
What?
So, yeah.
I be telling my man, I ain't got no gas in my car. And then I call him. I'm on the side of the road. Why the fuck you let...
See, you take it too far. You take it too far. Gas in my car?
Because I'm a lady. I want to be a lady so bad.
You take it too far. But I am learning to... Step back, bitch. Let him do it. Let him do it. And he been doing this shit.
And it feels so good. It feels so good.
I'm really taking a note out your book because you run that man around and he walks around doing it with a smile. And I'll just be like, Carrie, stand the fuck up.
But that is him standing up. And I want to talk about that on the next time we meet because if my man doesn't do what I need him to do and I don't do, who is gonna do that if we're in a marriage and we're supposed to be together for 100 years?
Y'all doing it for each other.
Who gonna do it? If I change today and say, baby, I want a man to do X, Y, and Z, you gotta do it unless you're gonna be like, here, bitch, I'm giving you back to the streets. Like, it's only
That's
right.
That's only 2 choices.
Yes, it's only 2 choices. Like, so when people always ask me, what, like my friend Bree, she said, but what if he feel like you trying to change him? Bitch, I am, because you're gonna be trying to change me. You probably gonna, next few years, you probably want me to be a bitch that's gonna be hanging from the chandeliers, and you know I'm not a bitch that hangs from the chandeliers. But if I want to keep my nigga, I'm gonna have to be a bitch that hang from the chandelier. So we always gonna change each other.
He build you up in that nice house, and you got all this you want. You gotta hang from that chandelier.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? So like, we always gotta change for each other. Stop getting in your head like, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want him to think I'm trying to change him. Bitch, I'm trying to change you.
Yeah.
And you can change me a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit though.
I don't mind a little, just a little bit.
Right. We have some last sip questions.
Okay. Let's get into our last sip.
I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna just do one because we only got 1 minute, and we got good timing. So, are you tired or are you traumatized? And do you get where I'm coming from with it, or do you need to elaborate?
Keep going.
Okay, are you tired or are you traumatized? Okay, so a lot of times we say, "Oh, I'm just so tired. I'm just so." But But sometimes I feel like that can come from you're not actually tired. You're just traumatized from the either failing at whatever you have to do, or not meeting the mark, or you get what I'm saying? Like not being where you feel like you ought to be, or whatever the trauma is. Yeah, like what is it? Are you really tired or like?
I would say I'm traumatized because I always feel like I could be doing more. But is that a trauma response? You know what I mean? Like, but I see so many people get so much done in a day, and I'm like, wow, you really just woke up and got all that shit done. Congratulations. Like, you didn't procrastinate at all. Like, so people who like, even as little as all the content we made at your birthday party, your waiting to excel party.
Okay.
It was bitches dropping that the next morning. I still got stuff in my drafts.
Yeah.
It's been what? A week now?
A week now, yeah. Sunday.
I still got stuff in my drafts. Yeah. I still need to put my drink videos up. Like, so it's just little things like that. But you can see how so many people get it done. Like, you like, damn, content creators really be dishing out 3 and 4 videos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be done.
And then you feel like you tell yourself, oh, I'm just tired. Like, I'm just tired just to not have to
do it. Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It get that way.
I would say me too. I would say, a lot of the times I don't be tired. I be really traumatized from like the thought of something not going. If I do this, if I do get up my lazy ass out this bed and I do this, am I going to get the outcome that I want?
Yep.
And thinking about not getting it is what stops me. It's not me being tired for real.
Yep.
Yeah.
I put all this energy into this outfit and X, Y, and Z ain't happened. Or I got up and I did all this and X, Y, and Z.
And I got 5 likes.
Yeah.
Crash out.
No, for real though.
Yeah.
Well, that was another cup of conversation for this week. We hope we filled y'all cup. Make sure y'all are liking, subscribe, commenting, and sticking with us through this journey this year because we really got a lot of dope shit coming up.
Yes.
So
and Happy New Year. Yeah.
Happy New Year. Mm-hmm. See y'all next week.